Marshmallow Fanboy back with another action figure review. This time, I'm doing two at the same time because I want to. I'm doing Loki, Agent of Asgard, the female version. I'm not sure if this is the version where Loki came back in Sif's body or if it's one of the other incarnations. I'm not sure, but it is a cool figure. And the Rosario Dawson AHSOKA TANO from The Mandalorian. The reason I'm doing the two at the same time is because I think these guys would look cool posed together, and I just wanted to do something a little bit different. So first, let's take a look at AHSOKA TANO's packaging. Super cool art on the side, which I'm not going to keep, or, I'm an open box collector. But that would probably look super good next to the others. I've seen some people have it on their shelves, and they have all the art, and it looks amazing. The great little write-up about it. And just a great likeness. The likeness there is just really nicely done. Ever since Hasbro switched to sort of the photo reel, their likenesses have gotten really, really good. Used to be that only McFarlane toys had likenesses that were completely incredible. So that is AHSOKA. And Loki is in the retro packaging. It's nice. It's got a little crushing. I can't remember who sent it to me, but they crushed it, which is okay because I'm gonna open it anyway. Nice. A little bit of truncated history. It doesn't really tell you much about Loki, but it's a very cool variant. It's got all of the traits of a Loki figure, except for maybe the furry cape and whatever this is, the tunic in the middle. But otherwise, this is going to be very fun. The packaging is really thick on these. I remember the retro ones, they were just easy to get off, but these are sort of carded so that there's a glue side here so that you can't sort of easily remove the bubble. So those have been sort of a pain in the butt. But let's get into it. Let's see what we think. Out of the package and posing them, the first thing that comes to mind is I had a great time opening them. They were both really simple to get out of the package. No straps. The cape on Loki was sort of confined to the back. I had to cut that loose a little bit before I could peel it up and get the cape to come through the hole. But it was great. It was great opening. I can't wait till the no plastic packaging. Though I will admit that my preference is for the plastic packaging, mostly because if somebody buys a figure and then replaces it with another figure and then returns it, I won't know that until I get it home. So buying things from now on is going to require a lot of me trying to figure out if the tape is broken. And in that case, I wish Hasbro would sort of say, we're going to switch to a sort of a tape that, you can't get over the counter, so that it'll be harder to fake it. So let's start with Loki. Now that I've gone on a rant, Loki has the closed fists as well as the spellcasting hands. And I left the spellcasting hands on because it's really nice what you can do with them. It does look like you can get the wrist into positions where it does look like he's casting a defensive spell with one and maybe throwing magic with a different one. It's really nice. The coat, which I think comes off, not absolutely sure, but the fur parts on the top bend back, allowing her some movement, but I wouldn't count on 100 100% of her movement being unimpeded. That's a nice spellcasting hand too. It's like she's doing something from the side. Anyway, the horns are really cool. Very Loki. I like the gold bits in her hair. I don't know what that's from. I don't know if that's comic book specific and I'm supposed to know what that is, or if it's part of her power. It looks like a little bit of the circle. The gold circles remind me of Enchantress. It's possible this is a figure that maybe she came back in the body of Enchantress or something. I'm just not sure enough about the literature to know. I just call comic books literature. I love comic books. Anyway, the face doesn't look like anybody. It's not supposed to. It's not an actress, but it's a great portrait. I like the makeup and looks very, very natural. I can remember a lot of Toy Biz figures where the makeup was real off-putting. Rogue in particular. Remember, that was an awful figure. The tunic slides, so you can get a lot of movement still out of the torso. See if the waist twists, and it does not. But she twists here at the ribs, and that's nice. No double elbows on this figure, which is fine. Like, you get a lot of bend out of, a lot of range expressiveness out of the hands, the hinges, and the ball joint. I don't think that's ball joint. Anyhow, see the joint underneath. Her leg doesn't spread very far, but I don't imagine it has to get a lot of posing out of it. It's a thigh swivel. This part on I didn't notice before, kind of comes off. It doesn't seem to impede the posing. Oh, double knee joint. And of course the ball hinge on the foot and the side rocker, side to side, really nice. The cape adds a lot because the cape adds, or aids rather, in posing. You can get her into any pose with that cape, and you don't have to have proper foot positioning at all, which is fun. Now for AHSOKA. AHSOKA was a lot of fun to pose. The butterfly joint was a really nice surprise. I put the arm out to get the lightsaber back so that it might look a little more dynamic. Put the longer lightsaber in this hand so that you be able to see it a little bit. And the short one in the foreground, it might look equal in photographs and in the video. But the butterfly joint is really nice add. Really gets, the dynamic. You can get a large variety of swing poses out of her. With that lightsaber, she can go back with both joints. She could be like flying through the air and like, the likeness, again, the likeness is really nice. The head, oh, I forgot to cover the head with Loki a little bit. The head, let's see, the hair is going to impede everything 100%. The head moves a little. I wouldn't count on it for being good for much. It looks down. She looks down. Up is a problem. But this is a really nice figure. Back to AHSOKA. So AHSOKA, the butterfly joints, the arms that go all the way around. Let's see, the bicep swivel. Does she have a bicep swivel? She must, right? No, she's got the butterfly joints and she's got the ball hinges in the arms. So she might be able to get into just about any position. Plus the joint at the elbow. She can get into any position. Let me see if that's double. No, it's not a double elbow that I can see. The hands have the swivel, and does it have the, let's see, just, the hand doesn't seem to have, has a little swivel up and down, I think. Doesn't seem to have much though. Let's see, the waist, you can turn it right here. The tunic, I think that's called, covers whatever the separation is here. The legs have a really nice joint. On the front, completely invisible. And on the back, you can see how this bends here without breaking anything up here. Just a nice, really nice feature. Not double jointed at all, but the feet do have the hinge and the ankle rockers, which make her a little bit easier to pose. And for whatever reason, she's easy to pose. Some figures, you have a hard time standing up, and other figures just stand up really well. And it's not always the figures you expect. Sometimes a thing action figure will have a, giant feet, super posable, but sometimes they'll have giant feet and he'll just fall right over. So that is Lady Loki and AHSOKA Tano from The Mandalorian. Both are just amazing figures. Both are really great adds to the collection. I can't remember if Lady Loki was an exclusive somewhere, but AHSOKA from The Mandalorian is not. So if you can get both of them, I would grab both of them. Let's see, what's my catchphrase? If you enjoy your toys, enjoy your toys? Enjoy your toys. This is Marshmallow Fanboy saying, enjoy your toys.